Welcome back. Deadlocked at 64 with 7:30 left here in the third quarter. Time now for our Honda defensive play. When you watch the drive by Wade and then the great block slapped away by Gortat. And then Markieff Morris thought he had a 3-on-2 break, but Jimmy came from behind, stole it, raced the other way, shoveled to Wade, who laid it in. And those are our Honda defensive plays. Honda, great deals are waiting for you now at your local Honda dealer.
Jimmy's doing it all right now for the Bulls.
At 24 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds,
couple of steals. Just need some other guys to step up.
Satoransky at the point. Morris, a wild running shot.
Tough shot by Morris.
Really had no chance. It was running left, shooting right. Taj pulls his way inside.
It's a man's game, Neil. Front, no boys allowed. He got good deep position in transition. That's the second time we've seen him do that on Markieff Morris.
Foul on Rondo, and that shot might have counted had it gone.
And Rondo right there really didn't need to foul him because you had the rim protection of Robin Lopez backing him up.
Number 4 on Rajon Rondo. And Satoransky will be at the free throw line. Czech Republic player makes the first.
I'll tell you what, I really like him. He's only got 4 points, he's got 5 assists. But again, this is good experience for these young players, both him and McClellan getting some key minutes tonight. McClellan trying to get in that rotation with his play. 5 of 6 from the field, 15 points.
Satoransky trying to use his size, but he lost vision of Rondo, and now they get a breakaway. Stripped by Dwayne Wade.
Good defensive play. Satoransky was going to try to dunk that ball.
He tried to rake it away from Lopez. Rondo a drive to Lopez, a hook short, ball tapped out of there, and run down by Otto Porter. Porter down the lane, he's knocked down. And there's going to be no foul on the play, just out of bounds.
Nice Dwayne Wade hustle back. Satoransky thought he was going to have a dunk, and D. Wade with the strip.
Yeah, he just stripped it.
He just undressed him right there.
Right there. He just got a piece of it, too, but enough to knock it through his hands. Porter tipping off the miss, and a whistle and a foul on Porter.
Porter, that's going to be number 4 on him.
Now, for all the promise Porter has showed, not tonight. 1 of 8 from the field, 4 personal fouls. And that will be team foul number 1 on the Wizards. Bulls with 2 team fouls.
Which is very surprising because he's had a very nice season so far. He's averaging 16 points a game. And here he is tonight. He's got 4 fouls. You see Bradley Beal right next to him. They just can't seem to stay healthy. We talked about the Bulls having injuries over the last few years. This is another team that, when they're healthy, they're really a good basketball team.
Wall had that surgery, and so he's on a minutes restriction, and they are as they steal the ball.
Numbers.
There comes McClellan running in, missed it. Jimmy with a rebound, stolen back. Thornton shot up, short, rebound, Thornton block. Taken away by Jimmy.
And McClellan with the foul. And if you're Scott Brooks, you're really upset with your team. You got a 3-on-1 break twice. You missed the first shot, which should have been a layup, and then you get the offensive rebound, and then you're not able to complete. Here it is right here. Jimmy does a good job of challenging McClellan, and he made that shot a little bit more difficult than what it really needed to be. And Jimmy with the turnover, Thornton with the ball, and again, just 3-on-1. You gotta convert that. You got a team like the Bulls get some momentum here with that defensive stop. It's a tie game now.
Drop down to Taj. Gibson faced up, spinning, and stripped away, got it back, saved it, and knocked around, loose and out of bounds.
and then you're not able to complete. Here it is right here. Jimmy does a good job of challenging the front with difficult
flying chickens in a box. Flying chickens in a box.
And again, just, you know, 3-on-1, you got to convert that. You know, you got a team. Sometimes you look at a team like Washington coming in. We talked about this in the open, Neil. You know, coming in 2-6, struggling, missing 2 of their better players, and you take them lightly. You know, and I think now the Bulls realize they're in a game. You know, they're starting to tighten it up a little bit defensively. The shooting percentage has gone down for Washington, who was shooting 52% at halftime. It's now 42%. But now it's just converting.
Yeah, you don't want them. You want to jump on a team like this with some injuries early, and don't let them even think they have a chance to win.
But the longer you let a team hang around, the more confidence they get.
Wade, the fadeaway is
free cheese. And he took the young player, Sadaransky, into the post and just really went to work on him. And Wade now with 12 points, so he's the second Bulls player in double figures behind Jimmy.
5 for 14 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line. Bounce down to Gortat, who got off to a great start, doubled immediately. Jimmy came. They had an open man, and then
good defense.
Wow. When Jimmy went to double, somebody was open. The shot good by Jimmy off the glass.
Jimmy with a nice little floater right there. They started off defense. The defense creates scoring opportunities, which enables you to get out and run.
Jimmy with 26 in the game. And blocked by Taj Gibson, sets it up. Rondo finds Jimmy running. Neal and Stacy back at the United Center, where the Bulls lead 70-66, courtesy of 2 straight field goals, 1 by Wade, 1 by Butler. And time for our Toyota going places. Jimmy Butler going places. As you take a look at his last 3 games, don't his numbers tonight matching those. 26 points, 7 of 14 from the field, 11 of 11 from the free throw line for JB tonight. Jimmy Butler going places, brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places.
You know, it's just like a talk show, late night with Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
He's got 26 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds, 11 for 11 from the free throw line, and a very efficient game tonight. Not forcing things, taking what the defense giving him, and then also creating some for his teammates.
And he's getting a little more help here in the second half.
Yes.
I thought your point in the first half about Washington was content just to let it be all Jimmy and nobody else. Whistle. This is off the ball. Offensive foul.
You can start to see, Neil, the momentum of the game changing now. You know, the Wizards, who didn't make any mistakes in the first half, had 2 turnovers in the first half, now come out with 2 turnovers in the third quarter.
Jason Smith with that offensive foul off the ball.
Remember, he's the guy that sets all those hard screens.
Wade. Trying to back in, turns, fires. Smith had it, lost it, and it's finally picked up by Markieff Morris. Now McClellan out back to initiate offense. Trey Burke. Morris, that'll be short. Smith runs down the rebound, though. Burke, change of pace, dribbled, shot on the glass, good.
He gives them offense coming off the bench. Really couldn't find his rhythm in Utah. They thought they drafted him high. They thought he was going to be, with Dante Exum being out with that ACL injury, just never really got his footing going. But he did average like 11 points there, so.
Pass skip to the corner, Cannon to miss, Smith the rebound. Now the Wizards look to tie or take the lead. McClellan.
Oh, that's a turnover.
Saved by Thornton. Jimmy pressures him. Fed inside, that's loose. Whip back out. Smith with a fake, and then the jumper, that won't fall. And the Bulls come on the run.
Good defensive sequence from the Bulls.
Things aren't so easy for the Wizards now. There's a foul underneath on the drive by Jimmy.
There's a hard foul by Jason Smith.
Fouls on number 14, Jason Smith, his second, third.
His second. Love the Wizards.
Couldn't find his rhythm.
Butler already with 11 free throws attempted, with 2 more coming.
Bulls fans, enjoy fun-filled group outing with your family, friends, or co-workers. Groups receive discounts and many exciting extras. To reserve your group outing, call the Bulls at 312-455-4000.
Wait, Paula handed that to you around my back. I thought somebody was asking for an autograph. Just all of a sudden appeared.
I thought it was an assassination attempt. I'm thinking, how did you let this person get this close to me without stopping them? Come on, man.
Well, it wasn't me.
But you're going to let me go out. You're going to throw me under the bus. You're supposed to protect me.
I thought the stage manager was supposed to.
She's not paying attention. No. She's a good girl, though. She does a great job for us.
Now the Wizards down by 4. Steal by Jimmy.
Taking cookies.
He runs in.
Let me get some butter with that roll. Jimmy G buckets.
Butler with 30 in the game. And a perfect night working at the free throw line to go with his 7 rebounds and 5 assists.
One of the things about Jimmy this year, he's really focusing on being that two-way player that we were so used to seeing in his offensive foul. Yes, Jason Smith.
He's not going to like it, but that's the call. Down with 30
This is right here. This is what we're talking about, a claim check. And it's just stealing your baggage, going all the way to the rim.
That was just a lazy pass, too, that Jimmy saw that coming a mile away, and with his speed, able to just run right into the passing lane.
And then I think having Dwayne Wade here has really pushed Jimmy to really focus on being that two-way player that he was really well a couple of years ago. It's a turnover for Jimmy. But he is really focused on the defensive end so far in the early season. Much more engaged.
So, yeah, I would agree. Much more so than a year ago.
I mean,
last year he felt like he had to do everything offensively.
He saved energy, I think, defensively. But here he is again, almost got that one.
Wide open, corner 3. No, Smith able to tip at it, but deflected it out of bounds.
But again, he's really seems like he is really locked in on both ends, and that's what you want to see because he's an elite defender. You want to see his name being recognized as the Klay Thompsons and the Kawhi Leonards as far as being one of the best two-way players in the league, and I think he's getting back to that so far this season.
Jumper, bang, right on cue. He's 32 in the game for Jimmy.
32, 5 assists, and 7 rebounds for Jimmy.
9 of 16 from the field now. And didn't start off shooting it well. Let's see if the Bulls can put them away. And there's another steal. Taj got a piece of that. Nico picked it up. Cannon to Mirotic. Mirotic down the lane and then feeds
and meet me at the rim and don't be late. That was a nice pass by Nico Mirotic. He just left it there for Taj, as Taj Gibson knows what to do with it. And there's a technical foul on somebody. I don't know who it is. Oh, Scott Brooks got the technical. Now watch this, Neil. Nico's going to go to the basket. Now watch Taj. He sees his man go and help. And that's kind of like an option play, a wildcat play. And then you see Taj Gibson. I'm Taj Gibson, and I do approve this message.
And McDermott will shoot the technical free throw.
And look at Scott Brooks.
Yeah, he was.
I thought he was yelling at Jason Smith.
No, I think he thought that Mirotic, they were claiming that Mirotic walked, but it sure didn't look like it in the replay.
I thought Nico did a good job of leaving that ball off to Taj to be able to go get it, but a better recognition read by Taj, recognizing that Jason Smith slid over to try to block that shot. He just followed right behind the open play and then dunked the basketball.
And also, I think Brooks frustrated because he now sees that the Bulls have kind of refocused and got a little rhythm now. The Wizards,
another steal. Oh, Jimmy almost had another one.
Wizards played last night, and they hung in there to this point, 79-68, and in fact, had the lead for much of the game.
Watch Jimmy right here playing that passing lane. Now, if he uses that left hand, that's a steal. He used that inside hand, his right hand. He used that left hand, he gets that steal.
Burke. He sure did those. And in fact, had the lead.
Marcus Thornton. They've got to find some way, if you're Washington, to get back and making this game a grimy game. In the first half, it was grimy. They were really mudding up the game. Bulls now just seem like they're getting wherever they want offensively.
Yeah, there's a spin and a
free
nicely done. Boy, that was, Taj just screwed himself into the ground with a beautiful spin. And it's 81-70, and that's the largest lead of the game for the Bulls. One shot left for the Wizards. Burke, and he nearly threw it away again.
Isaiah Cannon almost got that right there. And I'll tell you what, the Bulls have been on fire here. They got on a 15-4 run right now. It's just catapult them into the lead.
And that was a poor play by Burke there. Just dribbled the clock down to near nothing.
Isaiah
Cannon, no way to get a shot up. And if you're Scott Brooks, you can't be happy with Burke on that play. There's, watch the shot. Now watch the spin. Boom. And up and good, and the Bulls up by 11 as we head to the fourth.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Now watch the spin. Boom, and up and good, and the Bulls.
May not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed.
Neil and Stacy back home at the United Center for this final game before the Bulls head out on the road for a couple of weeks. They don't come back till after Thanksgiving. It's 81-70, Bulls up by 11. We talked about the importance of the getaway game. Then you play 6 straight on the road, including some really good teams out west.
Well, the Lakers, how about the Lakers surprising
Way
everybody?
better, yeah, way better than everybody. There's another steal. This time it's Taj.
Taj leading the break.
You got it to Mirotic, back to Taj, and swatted back in.
Good hustle by Taj to save that ball.
Rondo to make and he went down hard.
Oh, man, I hope he's okay. That was a nasty fall.
He had that thing cocked back
Man,
to Doug.
Doug was getting ready to really put somebody in the basket. Well, let's hope he's okay on that one. Man, that was a nasty fall. Well, watch Doug here go baseline. Good find by Rondo.
Thanksgiving.
Nice bounce pass, and Doug will go up. And Morris just comes across and grabs his shoulder and then kind of pulls him down while he's in the air. And I mean, that's a really dangerous play right there. Doug
appears to
lucky.
be okay.
You know, he came back from that concussion.
Yeah, and he's kind of holding his head like that. You're going to get a jarring when you hit the floor that hard. And the officials are going to talk about this.
Man, that could have easily been a flagrant foul too. I mean, with the arms locking.
I think they're going to take a look to see.
Really they got it. They have to take a look at it. But I think it's a hard foul. But when you see it in replay, how he wrapped, now watch this. Now watch this play here. Now when he goes up, now watch Morris come and just kind of grab his arm and kind of pull him back. So they have to look at it. But I mean, you know, I thought it was a hard foul. But when you look at it close like that, it looks like he grabbed his arm and kind of locked him and pulled him down. Doug's okay.
Doug appears to be okay. Officials taking a look at it and talking to the crew back in New Jersey.
I mean, I don't think
I don't think there was intent
to hurt him. I think his momentum carried him, and I think he was just trying to hard foul him and not allow him to dunk the basketball. But, you know, again, that was a nasty fall because Doug was in the air and he was unprotected.
No way to protect him. Yeah, no way to protect himself. So
you see him now, he's still shook up. But again, he's coming back from a concussion.
Okay.
You know, that he was out a game.
Here it is again.
See, look, he just...
And it's that he grabbed that off arm, and then Doug had no way to...
Yeah, like he fell on his head.
Oh, boy.
And I know the play happened very fast, but, you know, as a player like Morris, you would have hoped that he would have kind of grabbed Doug.
Right.
And not, you know, I know the momentum was carrying him or whatever, but just kind of try to help him break his fall a little bit. Because I know he's not a malicious player, Morris. See, like he's just a good kid.
Off arm,
but, you know, when someone's in the air like that, is unprotected, that's dangerous.
Officials continue to look. And now they apparently have lost their signal. Yeah.
Now they're going to take my telestrator.
Right here, or this one.
There's another one, yeah. They're going to take the poster machine and try to get the information off the poster machine.
Hey guys, can you run it back for the officials? Here we go, John. Yeah, you know what it looked like?
His unprotected illustrated.
Right. And we're watching alongside the officials who look at it. It looked like Morris took a big swipe and swing and trying to block it initially, and then he got his arm hooked with Doug's, and that is what caused that fall by Doug that was totally unprotected.
I tell you, it's going to be interesting to see what they call on that, because you could call it either way. And I tell you what,
Doug went back to the locker room.
He looked like he wasn't right upstairs.
And I could see he was holding his head a little bit. And I think his head...
It hit the floor.
Yeah.
His head hit the floor.
And you know he had to go through that concussion protocol last week.
Now you can see right now he's holding his head, but he definitely hit his head on the floor. I don't know how hard it was.
Well,
But they're for a player who just came off concussion protocol, they have to take that seriously. They can't allow him. If he's got any kind of situation going on.
Well, they did. Now what?
Flagrant one.
It was a flagrant one. And Morris talking to the official saying, "Hey, I wasn't meaning to hurt him."
They could have called that either way.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, maybe in Washington they just called a hard foul. But I mean, when you saw Doug bounce off his head, bounce off the floor like that, and he's unprotected that high up in the air, they could have called it either way, and it favored the Bulls this time. But I just hope Doug McDermott is okay, because again, coming back from that concussion he had a few games ago.
Rondo to Taj, 15-footer, back of the rim, no. And let's see if last injury to Doug
for a player who just came off, they just called a hard foul. But
has changed the momentum. Bulls had all the momentum. There's a hand check foul. And that's going to be on Isaiah Cannon, his first. The Bulls right now with one team foul. They're just underway here in the fourth. And Doug McDermott coaching the floor. Rondo with 5 points. Morris from outside, short, and the rebound Nico.
Well, the Bulls have gotten more physical since coming back at halftime. They pounded the ball inside to Taj Gibson. Oh, man, wide open.
Nico, short. And I'll tell you, Stacey, you made the point in the first half that it was the Jimmy Butler show, and that was it. I think everybody else held themselves accountable at halftime, and Morris driving, scooping short. And their effort has been much better at the offensive and defensive end. There's Nico. What a pass by Rondo.
Rondo sees the floor so well. So well. That's the second nice thread needle pass we've seen. He had Doug McDermott, who just got fouled on that play, and then Nico rolled into the basket.
85-70. Fourth quarter, 10:38 remaining. Back after this.
More than 96,000 races in his career. On the Chicago circuit, that's been over 30 years. Bill provided voiceovers for the Bulls dating back to the old Chicago Stadium and can still be heard today in every home game as the announcer of the Dunkin' Donuts race, which has become a fan favorite and Bulls game staple. And now, fans, the Dunkin' Donut race is up next. And it goes on. Please cheer as loud as you can for your racer. Once again, for the call of tonight's race, the legendary voice of Chicago racing, Bill Georgia.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to introduce the three starters in tonight's race. In lane number 1 is Gaston Donut. In lane number 2 is Cup of Coffee. And in lane number 3 is Biggie Bagel. And the length of tonight's race is 3 laps around the track. And who do you like? Ladies and gentlemen, the Dunkin' Donut characters are at the starting gate. It is now push time. And number 3, Biggie Bagel going right to the lead, followed by 2, Cup of Coffee, and number 1, Gaston Donut. Number 3 is picking up, hanging down. Number 3 makes the turn. Here comes number 2, like a shot. Number 2, like the wind. Down along the way, takes the man. Number 2, looks for daylight, dropping back and swings, as far back as number 1, Gaston Donut.
Now check out the WGN Bulls blog at WGNTV.com. Brought to you by Jeff Vukovic, your local nationwide insurance agent. Jeff's been serving the area for 39 years. To join the nation, contact Jeff at jeffvuk.com. And remember,
Nationwide is on your side. The Golden Pipes are back in rare form.
85-70, Bulls right now with their largest lead of the game. Wizards' biggest lead was 12, so we've had quite a swing here. The Bulls finally got their mojo about midway through that third quarter. Jimmy Butler had carried him to that point, and then everybody else got into the act. Foul. Jerry Grant fouls Thornton. First on Grant, second on the team.
Well, the Bulls have gotten physical. I mean, you know, when you go back to points in the paint in the first half, Wizards had 35 points and 36 points in the paint. They've only had 4 since. They're 40, so they've done a much better job of making this team become an outside shooting team.
Bulls as Thornton misses, Morris puts it back in.
Nico just got manhandled that time. Morris just pulled him out the way and got that offensive rebound. Nico's got to get stronger, tougher. He can't let that happen.
And the Bulls, Stacey, have had a low turnover game as well. Just 7 turnovers for the ball. Nice move. Floats one up. So the 7 turnovers have led to 8 points by the Wizards, but they've turned it 9 times, and the Bulls have scored 13, so they're plus in that category. Gortat slashes one in from 8 feet out.
Well, remember, Washington only had 2 turnovers in the first half, so they did a really good job of taking care of the basketball, but the Bulls' defense has gotten more aggressive, which is forced turnovers.
Rondo stutter step right, and then fake and shovel back. Wide open Lopez. And the rebound, Gortat.
Well, how about the Bulls playing without Jimmy and Wade on the floor now? He's got the second group of Cannon, Grant, and Nico Mirotic.
Thornton fires, that won't fall, and their shooting percentage for the next miss will be under 40.
After shooting over 50% in the first half.
Yeah, most of the, almost into the third quarter. And there's a shot poked in, a 3 by Oubre. He got himself in some foul trouble in the first half and had to go to the bench. Rondo probing.
Somebody's got to cut to the basket. Standing around.
With the Lopez, 3 seconds.
Wow, that was a quick 3 seconds. But on that possession right there, that was kind of a stagnant possession. No one was cutting to the basket. And that's what Doug McDermott in this second group gives you. He gives you that guy that's going to dive cut from one side of the court to the other. And then you got Jaren Grant in there who's really a combo guard, you know, not used to doing those kind of things. So he's going to have to start making himself a little bit more available and being aggressive offensively. Oh,
foul on Cannon.
Good defense. I thought it was good ball pressure by Isaiah Cannon.
Pressured not only the ball handler, but they were starting to fight the shot clock. The resets.
And Jimmy Butler back in the game, Neil. And the closer. Close the game out.
Circles. Rondo on him. Not only the ball handler, but they were starting to fight the shot. Satoransky and a timeout, Fred Hoiberg. 87-80, back to within 7 come the Wizards with a lot of time left. 8-11 here in the fourth. Circle to fight the shot. Satoransky and a Hoiberg. 87-80, back to within 7 come the Wizards. Back to within